Weed of the week is green pepperweed.
You know, Brian, growing up, we had green pepperweed around. We just see it here and there. It was never really a big problem for us. I didn't even realize there's a perennial pepperweed out there too.
Yep.
And it got me thinking that, you know, one of the biggest things when you say, well, how do you stop green pepperweed? Well, first of all, make sure it's green pepperweed. Make sure it's not perennial pepperweed, because a perennial is a whole different challenge.
Well, it is, but I mean, let's face it, pepperweed is not super competitive. So as a corn and soybean and wheat farmer, am I really that worried about this weed? Usually I'm not. We've got a lot of ways to control it. And also, if you just have good crop canopy, that's usually going to choke it out.
All right, well, what I was getting at, Brian, is if it's perennial pepperweed, I would use Roundup. Now, you could certainly use Roundup to control the annual green pepperweed as well. However, there are lots of other options that can control green pepperweed. First of all, where we would normally see green pepperweed was in ditches, at the edge of tree belts, in farmyards, those kinds of places, and you could kill it really easily with 2,4-D, provided you used a high enough rate. And this is something too, Brian, for growers that complain, hey, 2,4-D is not getting it done for me. Most of the time when I say, well, what's your rate? Well, I don't know. I just put a couple ounces in my tank and I went out and sprayed. Well, they're not using enough rate.
That's right. And, you know, it's real easy for us out in the field, on big fields, as you know, when you've got precise equipment and we dial that rate right in. But when you're spraying around your farmyard, it is hard to get that rate right. So a lot of times what I would look at with 2,4-D is, unless I'm turning that grass just slightly brown, I usually haven't pushed the rate far enough. Okay.
Well, this is coming from the guy who wants to get it done the first time. I don't want to have to respray. So I do understand that. Now, out in fields, as you mentioned, we can dial in precise rates. And also we've got a lot of other options besides using 2,4-D. Like in soybeans, for example, our 3-Pre program works really well. Metribuzin does a nice job, and Authority and Valor are good options to have in that 3-Pre mix. They'll get you set up for success. In crop, of course, you can use Roundup or Liberty in crops where they're labeled, or dicamba products or 2,4-D products like the new Enlist 1, for example.
Again, where they're labeled.
Where they're labeled. Otherwise, with conventional products, I've had probably the best luck using Pursuit plus some Flex Star. That's been my favorite combo.
All right, if you turn to corn, I would probably start with Verdict, and then I'd follow up with Status. If you throw a little atrazine in, that could help as well. In wheat, I'd probably go with Sharpen first, follow with Husky later on. And again, like Darren said, you know, when you get to these non-crop areas, that's usually where we see this weed. So it's where grass has gotten mowed down too much. The pasture has gotten eaten down too much. So just make sure you are having or allowing your grass to compete as good as it can against all weeds. And usually this isn't a big issue.
That's all the time we have for our Weed of the Week, green pepperweed, but there's more Ag PhD to come right after this.